All right, next we have a video from Tim Pool. Actually, he explains hacking, like basic hacking, and I want security guards to be aware of this. This has become standardized training in almost every job I had that was related to security in one way or another, all in New York. I don't know about other spots, right? And pretty much it talks about answering emails. The security guards, we have access to vaults, right? We have access to CCTVs and special doors. Let's check this out.
Who was also a finalist for the vice presidential nomination. We knew that, but it turned out not to be him. I believe that they're saying they're not going to release this, but I'll pause there and tell you guys what a spear phishing campaign is. I know most of you probably know, but for the benefit of those who are not familiar, phishing, P-H-I-S-I-N-G, not F, is when you get an email that says something like reset your password. So if you receive an email from Google and it's like, click here to reset your password for a new security update, that's phishing. Spear phishing is when they spoof their email and target you specifically. So what ends up happening then, a spoofed email would be your coworker emails you and it says,
I was getting confused with phishing and spear phishing. Mira eso. Look, you pay attention, you can learn a lot about security in the most strangest places. Temple, every once in a while, he talks about safety.
It's their email address on it because you can easily fake that. And it'll say something like, hey, Jim, I need you to log into the corporate site for me and update and check your birthday to make sure it's correct. We're doing, internal stuff and we want to make sure we have everything on file. When you click the link, it sends you to a fake website. Then when you try to log in, you're actually just sending your credentials to the hacker. It's a social engineering technique. With that being said, for those who are not familiar with the story, I'll tell you one of the most brilliant spear phishing stories.
So pretty much social engineering is when you get people adapted, you get people used to a certain thing and you prepare them, you're setting them up. That's the best way. You're setting them up so that you can get what you want from them. Social engineering, there's many different versions of it, like explanations. One of them is like some guy comes into a room, there's 5 people there, he's number 6, and he's there for an interview, and he sees that when there's like a red light turns on, everybody gets up, and then when the red light turns off, everybody sits down. So then he starts mimicking them, and then eventually, like there was this testing, what they did with the same scenario was they got rid of the original 5 people, and the 6th person was the oldest person there, and they brought a brand new 5 people in, and they wanted to see if he would still get up and get down. And that's a form of social engineering. But I think Tim Pool has a great story that he's going to share right now about what happened to him when he worked in Vice.
That I've ever seen and personally got to experience when I worked at Vice.com, to give you an understanding of how it works. One day I received an email from infonet.some garbage, and it said, hello, we are updating our accounts for all employees. Please click here. And I laughed and it said, oh, please. I'm not falling for that. I walked over to the chief technical officer of Vice and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I got a phishing email. If it's coming to me, it's probably going to a lot of people. And he's like, okay, I'll let everybody know. Shortly after that, I received an email from Shane Smith, the CEO himself, saying, hey, did you see this breaking news, with a link to CNN? Of course, the link wasn't really to CNN. It just looked like it. And then it had a signature on the email that said, Shane Smith, managing editor, Vice. And I busted out laughing. The signature did look like a Vice signature, but Shane doesn't use one. He's the CEO, nor would he call himself managing editor. That's spear phishing. And so it said.
So another thing you want to be aware about when it comes to these type of emails, you got to look for what's out of the ordinary, right? Like he just said, the CEO won't use those stuff. It's like when you're the owner of a company, everybody wears a suit. You don't have to. Everybody knows who you are. You're the owner. Remember, I worked at a post where this guy, he owned a building, and everybody will stand up straight when he would get there. I didn't know who he was. He was just he looked like a bum to me. Like he was one of these rich guys that dressed like bum. Kid you not. But when he was around, you were like, wait a second, why is everybody acting like got a stick up their butt? You're like, what? Oh, he's the big guy here. All right, cool. So look for what's out of the ordinary in those emails.
At Shane at Vice or whatever his email was. And so I went to the CTO, and I was like, they're ramping it up, dude. Take a look at this. And he's like, dude, I know. We had a bunch of people click the stupid link, and I had to go to them and reset their passwords manually. And but fortunately, nobody got in. We caught it very quickly. But yeah, they're trying to ramp up this phishing attack. And I was like, well, good for you. And then the master stroke. I clapped when I saw this. The CTO, the next day, I get an email from the CTO, perfect, signature correct, and everything. And it said, guys, I told you this over and over again. Stop clicking on links from people you do not know. We've already been compromised, and now we have to go in and reset everyone's password. Okay, so please click here and reset your password now. And I was just, bravo, master.
All right, I had to check what the heck is the CTO, guy. So CTO is pretty much the Chief Technology Officer. I never worked in a company so big that I had to work with a CTO. Never.
Stroke. And I busted out laughing. I ran to the CTO and I was like, they got us. Dude, look at this. And he went, oh my God. Of course he didn't send the email. It was the perfect long con. They purposefully sent botched phishing attempts so that the CTO would warn everybody that the attacks were happening. So when the CTO when they sent the spoof email as the CTO being like, dude, I warned you about this. The employee goes, yeah, he did come to me. He warned me about this. Now it's personal. And you're thinking this can't be fake. He did tell me I'd need to reset my password if I clicked it. Here's the password reset. He told me I'd have to do it. And they got dozens of people in the spear phishing. So that's how spear phishing works. This is likely how you don't need to be so sophisticated, but that was awesome.
All right, guys, that's it. And that's that. If you found value in this video, press like, leave a comment down below saying thank you or gracias, or share with me a clip of something you want me to react to, and using my security guard hat and see it from that point of view, the safety point of view. Because there's some things that are not clearly for security guards, but like that one video I was talking about the work, that little cartoon short, that stuff affects you as a guard. It affects you. It affects your paycheck, affects your safety, affects your team effort, and all that stuff. So let me know. Press like, leave a comment down below saying thank you, gracias. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Ciao. Lo quiero mucho. Peace.